family.
Merry Christmas to you, too. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, you know what time it is. We're at the top of the hour. That means we have more news for all America. And guess what? It begins right now. Merry Christmas from our NewsNation headquarters in America's heartland. It's time for news for all Americans. Thank you so much for joining us this holiday morning. I'm Nick Smith.
Oh, we were scared. We wanted to be back home with our family.
We were afraid that we wouldn't be able to get home for Christmas, but we were able to.
Hopefully everyone is waking up where they really want to be this Christmas after a mini meltdown on one of the busiest travel days of the year. A look at what to expect from record-breaking flying days ahead and if wicked weather will keep you grounded. Also ahead, President-elect Trump's bold moves before Inauguration Day, from its plans to vigorously pursue the death penalty to taking over the Panama Canal. A look at the message he's trying to send before he takes office next month. Well, whether or not it's a Merry Christmas will depend on whether Netflix can pass the biggest test it has ever faced, ever. Streaming 2 NFL games to millions of homes, not to mention Beyonce headlining the halftime show. What they're doing to make sure there are no issues like last month's Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight, all that and more. Now, it's time for Morning in America on this Christmas morning. But first this morning, getting the holidays back on track after a rocky start for folks flying American Airlines Tuesday. A technical glitch forcing the nation's largest airline to issue an hour-long ground stop, disrupting travel plans for thousands of flyers on Christmas Eve. NewsNation's Mills Hayes is at one of the country's busiest airports, Chicago O'Hare's International. Mills, how are things looking for travelers this morning? Because now we are 24 plus hours away from that debacle yesterday.
Hey, Nick. Well, here at the O'Hare Airport, we are definitely starting to see more people come in, and it is busy, but not quite as busy as some of the other days, especially on the weekends. Now, here, with it being Christmas Day, it's typically a less crowded day. Here, we have already less than 100 delays so far, so things are going smoothly, but that is a totally different story than what we saw just yesterday with that ground stop that lasted about an hour with American Airlines, and they say that it all happened because of an issue that they were having with one of their vendors and their flight operating systems. Now, what that flight operating system does is it tracks all of the data, the weight and balance of the plane, the passenger boarding, and other things. Now, according to Cirium, an aviation analytics company, those were delayed across American's major hubs, with only 36% of American Airlines' nearly 4,000 domestic and international flights left on time yesterday. A vast majority of flights were departing within 2 hours of their scheduled departure time. The pilots union says that they didn't see any major issues, but if you take a look at social media, customers are frustrated that they had to miss some of their Christmas Eve plans.
I was a little bummed because we had some stuff planned for tonight, going to Christmas Eve Mass, but thankfully it was only an hour. We got to go get some pretzels at Auntie Anne's and just chill out for a bit.
And American Airlines released a statement saying that they had that vendor technology issue that briefly affected flights, and they also say that the issue has been resolved. Flights have resumed. They say, we sincerely apologize to our customers for the inconvenience this morning. It's all hands on deck as our team is working diligently to get customers where they need to go as quickly as possible. Now, the good news is an American spokesperson said that yesterday on Christmas Eve, they had about 2,000 less flights than they normally would have. So it was a little bit less of a busier day. And as far as this holiday travel season goes, TSA says that they are expecting to check in about 40 million people over this holiday travel season. Nick?
Mills, thank you and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
If you're still getting to your holiday destination today, meteorologist Max Paris has you covered on how weather may impact your travel. Let's join him now in the Holiday Weather Travel Center. Max, good morning.
Hi there, Nick. Yeah, hopefully Rudolph was able to guide Santa effectively last night with that red nose, because we're dealing with Serious limited visibility issues across much of the central United States. In fact, there are dense fog advisories for 13 million Americans from the Texas Panhandle north through North Dakota, including Kansas City as well. Kansas City has a visibility at this hour down to around 4 miles, so not too shabby. But look at Sioux Falls. You're down to 0 miles. Barely can see in front of your face up there. And you can see Ellsworth, where we are dealing with that thick fog. Just above me, you can see the view of Kansas City. We have the holiday lights, of course, but we also have those lights masked in the distance, and that's because of that foggy scene that will continue to be impacting us pretty much all morning long. Let's go ahead and talk about that warm Christmas setup. Most above freezing today. That's why we're not seeing many with that white Christmas, except for the far northern United States. Lots of fog with that added moisture in the central United States as well. But notice the East Coast. Yes, warm, but also dry. We're seeing that weather system from yesterday depart. Green airplanes means easy travel for the eastern seaboard. But check out the Gulf Coast and the western United States. A series of storm systems still slamming us, causing for some wet weather to impact that travel, certainly. Most impactful, Nick, is going to be from Seattle down to San Francisco, where another atmospheric river event is causing a lot of rain and more additional snow.
Oh, Max Paris with the very latest. Max, thank you so much, and Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, Nick.
President Biden spending Christmas Eve signing dozens of bills into law. That includes everything from renaming federal buildings and making the bald eagle the United States official bird. The president also signing a bill aimed at holding youth treatment and care facilities accountable for child abuse. The legislation was championed by celebrity Paris Hilton, who testified before Congress about her own experience at a facility as a teen. And just days after President Biden commuted the sentences of nearly every federal prisoner on death row, President-elect Trump says he wants the Justice Department to, quote, vigorously pursue the death penalty once he retakes the White House. The president-elect blasting President Biden's decision to spare the lives of 37 of the 40 inmates on federal death row earlier this week, saying the move, backed by criminal justice advocacy groups, numerous former prosecutors, business leaders, and even Pope Francis, quote, makes no sense. NewsNation's Tom Dempsey has the latest from Washington. Tom, not only does President-elect Trump want to end the federal moratorium on executions, but he wants to expand the types of crimes that actually qualify for the death penalty.
That's right. Good morning, Nick. And look, Inauguration Day now less than a month away here in Washington, D.C. And President-elect Donald Trump saying that as soon as he takes office after inauguration, he plans to push the Department of Justice to, renew the federal death penalty sentences. So this comes in direct response to President Biden announcing that he would be sparing the lives of federal death row inmates, almost all of them, almost all 40 of them, 37 of them to be exact. But in a post to Truth Social, the president-elect writing, quote, as soon as I am inaugurated, I will direct the Justice Department to vigorously pursue the death penalty to protect American families and children from violent rapists, murderers, and monsters. We will be a nation of law and order again. In his announcement, though, sparing the lives of 37 federal death row inmates and instead commuting them to life sentences without the possibility of parole, President Biden called out concerns over President-elect Trump possibly ending a moratorium on executions and expanding the use of the federal death penalty to include drug smugglers and human traffickers. This announcement brought mixed reactions, with groups like the ACLU showing support. In a statement, the ACLU executive director writing, quote, President Biden has reaffirmed the power of redemption over retribution and reminds us that state-sanctioned killing does not make us safer. The ACLU has long advocated against the death penalty and shed light on its fundamental flaws. It is error-prone, racially biased, and a drain on public resources. According to the Death Penalty Information Center, right around 53% of Americans support the death penalty, which is actually a 5-decade low. And in recent polling, too, Gallup polling found that more than half of U.S. adults 18 to 49 oppose the death penalty. Nick?
Tom, thank you. Reporting live from Washington. Tom, Merry Christmas.
And Merry Christmas to you as well, Nick.
I want to bring in NewsNation political contributor A. Scott Bolden and Republican strategist Alex Zahn. Gentlemen, good morning.
Merry Christmas, Nick. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Scott, I'm just going to jump in there with you. We may as well get to the hot topic of all this. Mr. Biden has definitely been busy these final weeks of his administration. We know that. Signing, 50 bills into law last night, including Paris Hilton's Stop Institutional Child Abuse Act. Were there any major standouts in these new bills signed into law on Christmas Eve that made you say, wow?
No, not really. I mean, President Biden has only so many days left. He's within his power and authority to sign these bills. And remember, these bills that are on his desk came from Congress, which is often very divided. So I don't think there was anything surprising on the commutation of those 37 individuals on death row. That wasn't surprising either because, you know, state-sponsored executions are just so barbaric, a very emotional issue for the victims. But, you know, as a former federal and state prosecutor myself, I can tell you dying a slow death with a life without parole makes a lot more sense than a quick death. And on that note, DOJ and the courts and the appeal system, it takes forever anyway, especially at the federal level, because you've got to jump through hoops with the DOJ procedures and processes as well. And so I don't think that's going to have much impact in regard to how Americans feel about this, because the reality is it takes so long. Many of them eventually will die in prison while they appeal and go through various procedures. So nothing surprising to me.
But Alex, we did hear some families sound off say that they were not pleased with Mr. Biden's move.
And they shouldn't be. My heart breaks for those families here today on Christmas who are reminded of the pain that these killers have caused each and every day. Some of these individuals whose sentence President Biden commuted are killers of children. This is an unconscionable act by President Biden. We see that most of the time presidents on their way out the door will issue controversial pardons and clemency decisions January 19th into January 20th. It's still only December. I shudder to think what pardons and commutations President Biden has saved up for the night of January 19th. This is unforgivable.
Alex, can we at least agree that maybe one piece of legislation he signed may have bipartisan support? The bill that stood out to me was the first legislation in American history that officially names the bald eagle our national bird. How is it possible that it took 250 years to make that happen?
Well, Nick, if you remember, Benjamin Franklin wanted our national bird to be the turkey. So maybe there was some disagreement about that once the founding fathers were meeting. This is a good move. We should protect and revere the bald eagle. It's an incredibly bold and iconic symbol of the United States of America.
Hey, Scott.
I always thought it was the national symbol. I guess I failed history maybe in high school because I would have failed that on the national testing score. But, you know, the reality is most of us thought that. That's why I didn't say it was surprising, because I actually thought it was the national bird. And I bet you if you ask most Americans, they think it was the national symbol of America anyway. It's on our currency and everything else.
Absolutely.
One real quick point on the death penalty, because I respect my colleague, but I will say this. The commutation of the sentences didn't let anybody out on the street. It really didn't. And so I don't think, other than the emotional impact on these families, got that part, but at least they're not walking around and threatening other people. So I just don't think this commutation is that big of a deal in the whole scheme of things. Again, I feel for those families. You're absolutely right about that. But at the same time, they're going to be in jail for a long time.
Alex, I got to give you the last 15 seconds to respond to that.
Nick, those individuals have committed the ultimate transgression, and they deserve to pay the ultimate price, death.
A. Scott Bolden, Alex Dan, gentlemen, thank you both so much, and Merry Christmas to you and your families.
Merry Christmas.
Our other headlines that we're following this morning include at least 32 people who are alive after surviving a plane crash in Kazakhstan. We want to warn you that some of these images you may find disturbing to watch. In this video, you can actually see survivors walking away from part of the plane that was ripped off. One woman can be seen alive and being dragged away from that crash site. Another man can be seen limping slightly, but seemingly all right. Now, in this video, you can see where the plane actually crashes to the ground at a steep angle, and then immediately you see the flames afterwards. Now, local officials say at least 62 passengers and 5 crew members were on that plane at the time of the crash. It's feared that at least 30 people have died. Russia's aviation ministry says the plane was attempting to make an emergency landing after a bird strike. Russia is launching a wide-scale Christmas morning attack on Ukraine's energy infrastructure. It's a tactic Russia has relied on since the start of the invasion. Now, Ukraine's president says its military shot down at least 50 missiles overnight. Still, many struck power plants and cities. At least 6 people have been hurt, but there have been no reports of deaths. New information now coming out of the arraignment for an undocumented immigrant accused of setting a sleeping woman on a subway car in New York on fire. Prosecutors say after Sebastian Zepeda Cali put a lighter to the woman's clothes, he used his shirt to then fan the flames. Police say surveillance video shows him watching her burn from outside that train. The Guatemalan citizens face murder and arson charges, but he has not entered a plea. He is due back in court on Friday. And happening now, one of the world's most active volcanoes is spewing lava into the air and flowing down the mountainside right there. You're looking at Kilauea. Kilauea's volcano on Hawaii's Big Island. Now, Kilauea had another eruption earlier this week. You'll remember we brought that to you when it happened. Those eruptions generally draw large crowds so that people can see that amazing sight in person. And workers at two major companies throwing a wrench into the holiday plans. Are the strikes at Amazon and Starbucks bringing them what they wanted for Christmas, or are they winding up with coal in their stockings? We're live with where the demands stand at this hour. And there's new fallout in the feud between two movie co-stars. Who's now stepping up to support Blake Lively, and who's dropping Justin Baldoni over claims he sexually harassed Lively on set and threatened to ruin her reputation?
NewsNation is news for all Americans.
Speak now or forever hold your...
Only took 4-hour cough liquid? Unlike Robitussin DM, Delsum Liquid offers 12 hours of cough relief all day or night. Delsum, cough crisis averted.
Pet owners know the struggle. Your best bud can track dirt, mud, sand, and all sorts of other gunk indoors. But now there's a simple solution that won't have you scrambling for the mop and bucket. It's Muddy Mat, the pet-perfect anti-mud mat that keeps your dog's paws so clean, it's like they're wiping them at the door. Muddy Mat surface is designed with thousands of advanced ultra-soft microfibers that are 5 times more absorbent than ordinary floor mats, trapping dirt and water, perfectly protecting the floor underneath, leaving your floors clean and dry. Its durable super grip underside means Muddy Mat stays put, even when your pal is tearing around. Perfect for any floor surface. Slip Muddy Mat under your pal's food dish to absorb runaway crumbs and water, or use it in the bathroom as a home base for drying off. Muddy Mat can even be a perfect addition to catch spills in the kitchen. Once Muddy Mat has trapped all the mess, just toss it in the washing machine. It's machine washable and dryable. So easy.
I love the Muddy Mat. There's no mud or dirt on the floor or on Piper's paws. It's on the Muddy Mat.
My mom used to make me clean up after sunning it, and now I don't need to.
Being able to keep that mop and bucket put away is a lifesaver.
Muddy Mat is the simple anti-mud mat that also stops dirt, grass, sand, and more at the door. Stop wasting money on those ordinary mats. Super absorbent and built to last, Muddy Mat lets you spend less time mopping and more time romping with your four-legged friend. Reduce the mess caused by your pet and get the easy solution to keeping any of your floors clean and dry. Call or go online to order your revolutionary Muddy Mat right away. Through this exclusive introductory offer, we're giving a massive discount. See how you can get one Muddy Mat completely free. Order 2 and get 1 free for only $19.95 each. Buy 2 Muddy Mats and get 1 free for only $19.95 each.
Visit shopmuddymat.com or call 1-800-815-6313.
Mike Huckabee here for Vinia, the remarkable red grape superfood for better blood flow. I've taken Vinia every day for 3 years. It's been a life changer for me. The science is sound. In a 90-day clinical trial, Vinia significantly increased the dilation of arteries. This dilation increases blood flow. Better blood flow gives me the physical energy I want. Better blood flow means more oxygen can go to my brain to give me the mental alertness that I need to be at the top of my game. Call or go online to get your first month free. Guaranteed results are your money back.
My hair was thinning all around my hairline.
My dermatologist recommended Nutrafol. It's 100% drug-free and clinically tested.
My hair is longer, thicker.
Nutrafol is life-changing for me.
Get growing at Nutrafol.com.
Chris CUOMO is a guy who wants to be at the story, talking to people.
He is one of the most dogged, hardworking journalists in the business. Full stop.
CUOMO is probably the funniest person I've ever worked with in the news business, and that's really appreciated.
His willingness to tell you and to show you exactly how he feels, agree or disagree with him, you got to admire the guy's passion.
Chris CUOMO, Reporting with respect. Trust News Nation. News for all Americans.
All right, when you head out this morning, I need you to do something. I need you to stop and go buy one of those Mega Million lottery tickets. Why? Because there's still a chance for a $1 billion Christmas gift. No winning tickets are sold for the $1 billion Mega Millions jackpot. The next drawing is on Friday with an estimated jackpot of, get this, $1.15 billion. Your cash option, $516 million. You better go get that ticket. Starbucks baristas are back on the job today after the largest strike of its kind at stores across the United States. On Tuesdays, workers staged a walkout at more than 300 stores across more than 40 different states. That number, though, only accounts for about 3% of Starbucks shops. But it's a significant expansion of the strike, which first started Friday in only 3 cities. NewsNation's Caitlin Becker has been covering this from the start. And Caitlin, I guess that's good news that the workers are back to work, but have their issues been addressed, and is everything hunky-dory?
It is not hunky-dory just yet, so I wouldn't be calling it a Christmas miracle, but it is good that the baristas are back to work. They're back making money and making coffee. After 5 days of a strike, which began because contract negotiations had just stalled, workers just walked off the job, but they're not. They're back to the bargaining table. What they wanted just hasn't been settled yet. As you said, it began in 3 cities across the U.S., L.A., Chicago, and Seattle. This is how far it stretched, this map right here. 43 states, 300 stores. The Starbucks Workers Union said more than 5,000 baristas had walked off the job. Now, in a thread on X, Workers United outlined their reasons for the strike, saying, quote, "We're fighting for a living wage, fair scheduling, and accessible benefits at a time when Starbucks seems to prefer investing in CEO Brian Nichols' $113 million compensation package." Now, here's what the union is asking for. They want an immediate 64% pay hike in the minimum wage. That's for hourly workers. Starbucks, on the other hand, is calling those demands unsustainable. The coffee chain is really seeking to just downplay the effects of this work stoppage. In a memo to employees earlier this week, the EVP, Sarah Kelly, said the overwhelming majority of Starbucks stores across the country have opened as planned and are busy with customers enjoying the holidays. So you might not have noticed this if your local Starbucks wasn't closed, but the union and the strikers feel like it really made a difference, and they're going to get them back to the bargaining table. Starbucks is seeing this as kind of a nuisance, but we talked to the union. They tell News Nation they're ready to get back to that bargaining table, ready to renegotiate and get their ducks in a row for what comes next, Nick.
But Caitlin, it wasn't only Starbucks. Amazon had issues also this holiday season. Any updates on how that's going?
Yeah, the Amazon workers are on strike. They have been for a week. The strike is continuing, though it's temporarily halted for the holiday. Now, if you're looking at these two, comparing Starbucks and Amazon, they are asking for somewhat similar things. Things like, specifically here, their delivery drivers who are on strike, and they really would like Amazon to first and foremost recognize their union. They want to make their work safer. They want to get paid more. You're looking at the financial breakdown here. Amazon delivery drivers make $22 an hour, which is about half, they say, of what UPS drivers take home. This fight is a little more complex, though, than the Starbucks strike, because Amazon claims that the Teamsters union, who's leading the strike, they say they don't actually represent Amazon employees, any of them. The more than 10,000 drivers that the Teamsters claim they're representing are, in the company's view, considered subcontractors. So what that means is that Amazon doesn't directly pay them. Their payments go through a third party. So it just adds this layer of complexity to this strike. Now, as I said, temporarily halted today. The picket lines are not up. Everyone is enjoying their holiday, but the Teamsters say they will be back striking as soon as it is over, and they're vowing to make Amazon pay up. Amazon, on the flip side, really said that this is not making a dent in their profits and in their profit margins, and they're saying that holiday deliveries were not delayed.
Caitlin, thank you so much. Merry Christmas to you. And may I just say, you in that red hat, you look like you belong on the top of a Christmas tree.
Thanks, Nick.
Netflix is taking another stab at live streaming for some major events today. How it says it's learned from past glitches to make sure you don't see that error message on your screen again. When you try to watch today's NFL game shows or Beyonce,
my name is Staff Sergeant Jamison Harris. I'm stationed at Camp Casey, South Korea. I am from Memphis, Tennessee. I'd like to wish my friends and family a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Spill splashes, boil-overs, and burns. Your stove is a mess, and all that soaking, scrubbing, and scraping are keeping you in distress.
Hi, Lou Caputo here with Stove Guard. Top quality stovetop protector and a must-have in every kitchen.
Look, these messes are no match for the Stove Guard. Ooey gooey cheese and macaroni, thick red staining sauce, even this sticky melted candy. They just rinse right off in seconds and your stove stays sanitary, spotless, and clean. So you can clean less and live more.
I love to cook, but I absolutely hate to clean. With Stove Guard, I rinse it off and then I'm back to spending time with my family.
Now, we've all seen the old tin foil trick, but it just doesn't cut it. And these other brands are just way too flimsy and leave way too much uncovered. Look how much thicker Stove Guard Premium is than the competition. There's no comparison. And it's custom designed and precision cut to fit perfectly around every burner. Plus, every Stove Guard is made from durable, fire-retardant, FDA-approved material and PFOA and BPA free. It's almost impossible to destroy, and it always rinses off perfectly clean.
Stoves are expensive, and I don't want to have to go out and buy a new one. I want to protect the one that I have, and Stove Guard lets me do that. Keeps my stovetop looking like new, like I just bought it.
Ordering your own Stove Guard Premium is as easy as 1, 2, 3. Just locate your model number behind the door or bottom drawer of your stove. Type it into our easy-to-use website and voila! Order today and we'll ship it to you free. That's right, go to stoveguard.com right now for free shipping. And if you order now, we'll also send you the Grill Guard free. Now you can grill whatever you want without food falling through. And it stops your grill grates from getting that caked on mess. Just pay a separate processing fee. This item is not available in stores, so scan the QR code on your screen or go to stoveguard.com today.
What if your body didn't have to hurt after being active? Introducing Stogo, the only apparel with adjustable medical-grade support designed to help you overcome injuries, minimize pain, and regain the confidence to get back out there. Stogo's supportive apparel is engineered with 90 feet of high-strength cables that reinforce the body and control dials that allow you to adjust the support. Stogo is trusted by professionals, world-class athletes, and weekend warriors who all want one thing: more activity and less pain. Learn more at Stogo.com.
I got this $1,000 camera for only $41 on DealDash.
DealDash.com. Online auctions since 2009. This PlayStation 5 sold for only 50 cents. This iPad Pro sold for less than $34. And this Nintendo Switch sold for less than $20.
I got this KitchenAid stand mixer for only $56.
I got this barbecue smoker for $26.
And shipping is always free.
Go to DealDash.com right now and see how much you can save.
Welcome back. Time now is 27 minutes after the hour. Here's a look at the top stories we're following this morning, beginning with American Airlines. Is working to catch up and avoid another travel mess today. Analysts say only 36% of Americans' flights were actually on time after tech and weather issues hit major hubs. This, by the way, is the first holiday season where airlines are required to automatically refund travelers for canceled or significantly delayed flights. Until just recently, passengers had to request those refunds. And President-elect Trump is vowing his Justice Department will vigorously pursue the death penalty. Mr. Trump condemning outgoing President Biden's commutation of 37 of 40 death row inmates to life in prison without parole. He calls it senseless and an insult to the families of their victims. And President Biden spent his Christmas Eve signing dozens of bills into law. That includes everything from renaming federal buildings and making the bald eagle the United States official bird. Mr. Biden also signed a bill aiming to hold youth treatment and care facilities accountable for child abuse. The legislation was championed by celebrity Paris Hilton, who testified before Congress about her own experience at a facility as a teen. And today is also a major first and a major test for Netflix and the NFL. The streaming service will host both NFL games this afternoon, hoping to further set the groundwork for sports events on its platform. But there are a lot of questions about whether it will be able to handle viewers in the tens of millions. You might have been one of those people who had issues watching the Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight last month, which peaked at 65 million viewers. So what about today? NewsNation's Brooke Schaefer is live this morning with the latest. And Brooke, the obvious question people at home are asking, and those of us who watched that Mike Tyson-Jake Paul fight, is Netflix even ready?
Netflix certainly hopes so, Nick. Good morning to you and Merry Christmas. Netflix says that its system was stress tested and then some. They say that they are ready for the tens of millions of people expected to be at home on their couches watching one of Netflix's biggest days ever. Today actually marks these back-to-back NFL games, marks one of Netflix's biggest days since the site launched back in 1998. You see it there on your screen. We've got the first game at 1 p.m. Eastern. It's Pittsburgh versus Kansas City. Then it's Baltimore versus Houston, where Netflix is actually expecting even more eyeballs thanks to a Beyonce halftime performance. That should happen around 5:45 p.m. Eastern today. These back-to-back games has Netflix's 300 million subscribers and NFL fans holding their breath, though, because Netflix tried, and some would say failed, to stream a boxing match with Jake Paul and Mike Tyson last month. Viewers then reported buffering, poor image quality, and audio problems. Netflix said that its servers then were overwhelmed when about 65 million people tried to watch the fight. Today, Netflix says it's estimating about 35 million people will try and watch these back-to-back NFL games. Can they pull it off? That's the question of the day. Nick?
And that's the question. They know they had a buffering issue. They know they had freeze frame issues. So what have they done to address those issues that we saw last month?
Netflix says it's done a few things here, Nick. It says it's revamped its content delivery and coding and streaming protocols to get ready, again, for the 35 million people expected to sit down and watch these games today. And there's a lot at stake here for Netflix. Live sports, they're a key part of Netflix's growth strategy. But this is also the first time that Netflix will feature commercial breaks during a live stream, making this a significant test for their ad business as well. So there's a lot of money, a lot of happy customers on the line as Netflix today looks to do something it's never done before. Nick?
Brooke Schaefer live for us this morning. Brooke, thank you and Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Nick.
Let's bring in Eric Mitchell, sports analyst and president of ELM Sports Management. Eric, good morning. You and I both know that if Netflix does not get this right, they are going to get railed online. They say they're ready to handle millions of people expected to tune in for NFL action today. Not to mention Beyonce. Do you have faith in them after you and I both know what happened last month with that Mike Tyson and Jake Paul debacle?
You know, the only thing, Nick, saving them is that the NBA is also trying to be on today, competing against the NFL. So maybe, just maybe, they won't get as heavy viewership as we had on the Friday night where we didn't have sports and that Tyson fight was on. I think that's the only saving grace they have. I hope that they actually fixed it in the short amount of time they have. I'm hoping it's football. We have to watch it. We have no other way to watch NFL football today. So fingers crossed we get it. I mean, we had to suffer yesterday with zero football. And I think the only people who would say the worst thing about having zero football or sports yesterday is having your birthday on Christmas Day, actually. So let's hope Netflix gets it right so everybody enjoys football today.
And if they don't, is this make or break, or are you like, no, Nick, they still get a chance to kind of work things out? Because it seems like they're trying to wade into the live sports arena. If they experience another big issue, could they start to get a reputation as somebody who's just not reliable and cause the NFL to back out?
Oh, absolutely. This will be a punch. That Tyson fight, we all know. Anybody who watched that fight, that was frustrating. I don't know anybody who was like, oh, that was great to watch. No, it wasn't. It was horrible. If they drop the ball today and it's the NFL, which we all hold sacred, I mean, who doesn't watch the NFL and love it? We're all together with family watching two great games today with a lot of playoffs on the line, a lot of storylines. They drop the ball today. There's going to be a lot of doubt if they can pull off live football or any kind of live sports or live entertainment period moving forward.
And Eric, this is not the first NFL Christmas game, but it's the first we've had like in the middle of the week and encroaching on the NBA's territory a little bit. How big of a deal is it that the NFL expanded to Christmas Day? What kind of message are they sending to the NFL?
They're sending a message to the NFL that, hey, to the NBA, they're sending this is ours. We already take your ratings whenever we do show up on Thursdays or Sundays or Mondays already. Now we're coming on right to your turf and taking it. The NBA had an opportunity yesterday, I think. They should have taken Christmas Eve games, and they would have taken the cake. Everybody was at home doing the same thing. So today is just the NFL going, we own this turf. This is ours. We have great games. We're going to give you, the defending champions are taking on the Steelers. You get Pat Mahomes, Travis Swift, Kelsey. And then you have that great game in the afternoon where you have this Ravens team that's hot playing this Texans team. And of course, Beyonce's on, so it's going to get eyeballs. It's just great opportunities for folks. in really the NBA games, they really, there's a lot of talk out there. They didn't even pick some really good games to watch. I mean, it's kind of all day long, and NBA ratings have already struggled this season as it is. It'll be interesting to see what the numbers are, because only 2 games against 5 is going to be interesting. And it just speaks volumes of how many NFL viewers are out there and how much people love watching the NFL.
Eric, I'm getting a rap in my ear. I've got less than 30 seconds. Kansas City, I want you to pick these games for me there.
You got it. I got the Kansas City Chiefs, which my son Alex is going to be really mad at me that I didn't pick his Steelers. And I'm going with the Ravens all the way, because that's the team I think that's going to go all the way this year. I love the Ravens and what they have out there. Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry are just unstoppable. And the Texans will have a battle on their hands tonight. So it's going to be 2 great NFL games. We all get to enjoy it with our families. And Merry Christmas to you, Nick.
Same to you, Eric Mitchell. Merry Christmas, sir, to you and the family. Many Americans are waking up this morning with a bunch of presents under the Christmas tree. That probably means a lot of toys for the kids now, but you'll also want the little ones entertained for that trip back home, right? Keep them quiet. Marky Martin gets a look at some great, easy-to-carry options for all ages with the toy insider, James Zahn. That's next.
Jordan's sore nose let out a fiery sneeze, so Dad grabbed Puffs Plus lotion to soothe her with ease. Puffs Plus lotion is gentle on sensitive skin and locks in moisture to provide soothing relief. A nose in need deserves Puffs indeed. America's #1 lotion tissue.
From celebration moments to joyride moments, your moments are worth protecting against RSV. RSV is a highly contagious virus. If you're 60 or older with certain chronic conditions, you're at higher risk of being hospitalized from RSV. And there are no prescription RSV treatments. You know how to protect against COVID and flu. So ask your pharmacist or doctor about scheduling Pfizer's RSV vaccine too, because moments like these matter.
Let's Monopoly go! Chris! Kiki! Ready, tycoons? It's go time! Cash grab!
Kiki, I won again?
Daddy will be back soon! We're swimming in it now!
Rinse do. Busted!
Nothing beats playing with friends, except bankrupting friends. Give it to me.
Stay tuned to get this ultra nonstick bakeware set and these razor-sharp chef's knives free from Granite Stone. Has your old set of pans lost their slick? Does everything get baked on, burnt on, and stick? You know you need a new set, but the prices are so high it's obscene. Well, say hello to Granite Stone Emerald Green, a kitchen full of the most durable, ultra non-stick cookware at the most affordable price anywhere. Granite Stone Emerald Green is the fast, easy way to make your family 5-star cuisine that's delicious and lean. No oil or butter needed. Granite Stone Emerald Green is constructed from a hard aluminum plate and coated 3 times with our durable ultra non-stick Granite Stone Emerald Green finish. They're oven rated up to 500 degrees and come with vented tempered glass lids to prevent boilover. Plus, all Granite Stone cookware is 100% metal utensil and dishwasher safe. Look, you'd expect to pay up to $500 for a professional quality cookware set. But during this special TV introduction, you can get the complete Granite Stone Emerald Green set not for $5, $4, or even $300, but for the factory direct price of just 5 easy payments of $39.99. And for everyone who orders today, we're going to drop 1 payment. You get it all for just 4 easy payments of $39.99. And here's the offer you've been waiting for. We'll include this razor-sharp 6-piece knife set to prep quick, and they're all non-stick, free. But there's even more. You'll get our 5-piece bakeware set, the fast, easy, ultra non-stick way to bake up your favorite desserts. Together, they're an $80 value. Yours absolutely free. That's an incredible 21-piece Granite Stone Emerald Green set, all for just 4 easy payments of $39.99. Plus, we'll ship your entire order free. Order now.
Call 1-800-357-0801 or go to emeraldset.com. That's 1-800-357-0801. That number again is 1-800-357-0801 or go to emeraldset.com.
No more gross cough syrup.
I want you to feel better.
I want extra TV time or I'll walk.
How about this?
Introducing the only kid soft chew for medicated cough relief. New Mucinex Children's Mighty Chews are mighty clever.
All right, welcome back, everybody. So this week, many families and kids will be in the thick of holiday travel. And James Zahn from the Toy Insider is here with some portable toys that are sure to keep kids and also the adults entertained on that road trip or that flight. A lot of easy to pack toys and games that work for, right, any road trip, flight. And also then once you get to grandma's house, you got to keep on playing.
So let's start with something for the youngest members of the family.
Yes.
We're talking
Is
the
this
babies and toddlers here. So this is from Gund. It's a division of Spin Master. This is their Oh So Snuggly Disney collection, Winnie the Pooh. So feel, you really, you have to feel them to understand this. Unfortunately, we don't have Touch-O-Matic, you know, for the viewers out there.
Touch-O-Matic
but
TV.
This is so soft and snuggly. But check this out. This is new. This is sort of a line extension. It's Pooh's Honey Pot.
There's a surprise in here, yeah?
Yeah. Maybe 3 surprises.
Oh, cute. Mini versions.
Yeah, you got Tigger, Piglet, and Pooh
that's
in
darling.
there. And then on these, you've got Eeyore, Tigger, Pooh, and then you can also get Kangaroo as well.
Cute. Okay, I want these for my daughter. Okay, what's next?
All right, next from PMI Kids World, we have Booksy. This is a new way to play, display, and teach literacy to kids. So they're going to get figures of their favorite characters from shows like Paw Patrol and Tales of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They've also got some regular monsters over there, but check this out. We got Chase here. Everybody knows Chase is always on the case, right?
Oh, yes, from
So
Paw
why don't we
Patrol.
give him a twist and see what's up? Twist it left.
Wait, there we go.
There we go.
And there's a real book inside.
There is a real book inside so that kids are going to learn to read with stories that involve the characters that they already know and love.
Okay, that's great. I'm trying to instill reading.
There's even a little bookcase on the other side there on the left, so the kids can fill out their own little bookcase for their figures.
Okay, I love that. Anything that gets them into reading, I am behind. What about these cars? Cartoon.
Cartoon is brand new in the die-cast aisle from the folks at MGA Entertainment. Lots of folks know their dolls, like LOL Surprise. Well, they're going big on the die-cast vehicles, and check that out. These are freewheeling.
That's the one I'm holding.
Little mumble there. But yes, real rubber tires, and these have an adjustable chassis. So check out that lowrider with its suspension popped there in the front.
That one's fly. And these are heavier. These are quality cars.
They are.
Heavier than I was expecting it to be.
They are. And what's cool, too, is if you can find the box that they come in, you can actually cut that out and customize it. See how we've cut the roof there? And it actually pays tribute to the designers of the cars on there with the names on the box.
Oh, yeah, that's fun. And you were telling me before we went live, people of all ages.
Yeah, so they say ages 6 and up on the package, but those are a hot item for grown-ups. And I'll give you a little tip.
Really?
If you go into the store and you flip this over, and if the car has a red bottom, you just found a rare chase car.
Oh.
So people are hunting for those.
Okay. Okay, we'll be on the lookout. We'll keep our eyes peeled. What about this guy?
From Lukey Lab. This is a game for the whole family. This is called Run Beaver Run. Now, this is the case. This actually collapses, and this log here becomes the handle. But what you're going to do is you're going to roll a die. You've got your fun beaver character, so go ahead and roll it once there.
Okay.
All right, now you got a 2, but if you notice that die has wood grain. So go ahead and pick a character.
Does that mean I'm in trouble? Okay,
Well,
I'll be purple.
So move 2 spaces closest to us.
Okay.
All right, now you're safe because you landed on a duck, so your character is going to duck. But because you rolled the wood grain, I need you to push that lever forward.
Okay.
Oh, they were all safe. But let's try it again just to see what happens here. Go ahead and try that again.
Okay.
See if we pick anybody.
Oh, wait, is that magnetic?
It is magnetic, and it does it at random, so it sends the characters back to the beginning.
Okay, how fun. So you can fold that up, travel with that to Grandma's house. Yes. Okay, and then lastly, Mario and Luigi, or what do we have here?
Nintendo Switch, great portable game system. Families love it. Well, they came out with 5 really big new titles for the holiday season. Great thing with these, even if you don't have time to go to the store, if they have the Switch, you can download these. You can purchase them through the eShop. But we've got Super Mario Party Jamboree, which has like 100 mini games on it. Mario and Luigi Brothership, Princess Peach Showdown. You got Luigi's Mansion 2. And then this was probably the biggest one, Legend of Zelda. So Echoes of Wisdom.
Princess Peach, that was the character I always chose when I was playing Mario Kart when I was little.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going with her. Awesome. Thank you so much, James, for being here. Merry Christmas to you and your family. For more information, everybody, on where you can find any of these toys, all you got to do is just go to thetoyinsider.com. All right, now to this, everybody.
Could there be more trouble brewing for Justin Baldoni? What he's facing now after movie star Blake Lively's sexual harassment accusations.
With Dexcom G7, managing your diabetes just got easier. So, what's your glucose number right now? Good thing you don't need a finger stick. How's all that food affect your glucose? Oh, the answer's on your phone. What if you're hitting low at night? Wow, it can alert you. And you can even track your goals. Manage your diabetes with confidence with Dexcom G7, the most accurate CGM. Learn more at Dexcom.com.
Pet owners know the struggle. Your best bud can track dirt, mud, sand, and all sorts of other gunk indoors. But now there's a simple solution that won't have you scrambling for the mop and bucket. It's Muddy Mat, the pet-perfect anti-mud mat that keeps your dog's paws so clean, it's like they're wiping them at the door. Muddy Mat's surface is designed with thousands of advanced ultra-soft microfibers that are 5 times more absorbent than ordinary floor mats, trapping dirt and water, perfectly protecting the floor underneath, leaving your floors clean and dry. Its durable super grip underside means Muddy Mat stays put, even when your pal is tearing around. Perfect for any floor surface. Slip Muddy Mat under your pal's food dish to absorb runaway crumbs and water, or use it in the bathroom as a home base for drying off. Muddy Mat can even be a perfect addition to catch spills in the kitchen. Once Muddy Mat has trapped all the mess, just toss it in the washing machine. It's machine washable and dryable. So easy.
I love the Muddy Mat. There's no mud or dirt on the floor or on Piper's paws. It's on the Muddy Mat.
My mom used to make me clean up after Sunny, and now I don't need to.
Being able to keep that mop and bucket put away is a lifesaver.
Muddy Mat is the simple anti-mud mat that also stops dirt, grass, sand, and more at the door. Stop wasting money on those ordinary mats. Super absorbent and built to last, Muddy Mat lets you spend less time mopping and more time romping with your four-legged friend. Reduce the mess caused by your pet and get the easy solution to keeping any of your floors clean and dry. Call or go online to order your revolutionary Muddy Mat right away. Through this exclusive introductory offer, we're giving a massive discount. See how you can get one Muddy Mat completely free. Order 2 and get 1 free for only $19.95 each. Buy 2 Muddy Mats and get 1 free for only $19.95 each.
Visit shopmuddymat.com or call 1-800-815-6313.
Mike Huckabee here for Vinia, the remarkable red grape superfood for better blood flow. I've taken Vinia every day for 3 years. It's been a life changer for me. The science is sound. In a 90-day clinical trial, Vinia significantly increased the dilation of arteries. This dilation increases blood flow. Better blood flow gives me the physical energy I want. Better blood flow means more oxygen can go to my brain to give me the mental alertness that I need to be at the top of my game. Call or go online to get your first month free. Guaranteed results or your money back.
When my hair started to thin, I thought, am I going to have any hair left?
After I gave birth, my hair wasn't even thinning, it was gone.
When I spoke to my dermatologist, he immediately pointed me in the direction of Nutrafol.
It's 100% drug-free and clinically tested.
Within 3 months, my hair was fuller.
It's longer, it's so much thicker.
I had more scalp coverage.
It was so nice to be noticed for my hair after hiding it for so many years.
Start your hair growth journey at Nutrafol.com.
What if your body didn't have to hurt after being active? Introducing Stogo, the only apparel with adjustable medical-grade support designed to help you overcome injuries, minimize pain, and regain the confidence to get back out there. Stogo's supportive apparel is engineered with 90 feet of high-strength cables that reinforce the body and control dials that allow you to adjust the support. Stogo is trusted by professionals, world-class athletes, and weekend warriors who all want one thing: more activity and less pain. Learn more at Stogo.com.
Many men and women serving our country will not be waking up on this Christmas Day with their family. Instead, they're deployed, fighting for our freedoms we have right here at home. Joining me now is Master Sergeant Harold Porter with the United States Air Force. Master Sergeant, Merry Christmas, and thank you so much for your service.
Good morning, sir. Merry Christmas to you, too.
You know, Master Sergeant, that tells me at least 16 years in service. That means you've been doing this a while. And I have to ask you, how do you make each year different than the year before? And how do you adjust around the holidays when you're not with your family?
Oh, taking it day by day, sir. Day by day for each year that I've been in. I'm just trying to be better than I was the day before. And in terms of handling the holidays away from my family, it's It's hard. You know, there's days that are easy, especially the ones that aren't holidays, but especially when we get around this holiday season, we're just trying to make sure we're in contact as much as possible, whether that be through FaceTime, text, but just trying to be as connected as we can.
And Sergeant Porter, I know you also have the responsibility of having young airmen and women under your command who may be away from home for the first time. How do you counsel them and help them navigate these holidays where, you know, some can have that homesickness really punch and hit hard?
Yes, sir. So mainly it's just being there for them, being an ear to listen to, making sure that they're not staying inside their rooms or inside their tent all the time, just making sure that there's always something for them to do. The good thing is here on base, we have always had a lot of events going on, especially during the holiday season. Today, for example, our leadership fed us Christmas dinner, and then tonight we have hot cocoa games, just a different variety of things for them to do, in addition to them seeing some of the coalition events that are going on as well. So always making sure that they have someone to listen to and something to do.
Now, Sergeant Porter, for the record, I too am a veteran, so I understand how it goes, but I think so many at home don't understand how you all make it through. I think that they think you're overseas, you must be down and depressed. Can you explain how it becomes a family and how you all kind of keep each other centered and balanced when you're away from home and stationed overseas?
Yes, thank you for your service, by the way, sir. But I'm sure you know a lot of what we do is we spend a lot of time with the same people every day. So I wake up with my team, and then we all go grab breakfast and work about 12 to 15 hours, depending on the day, eat lunch and dinner together, work out together. So there's not a lot of time in between where we're not with our deployed family. We pretty much spend almost every waking minute of every day together. So we're a very close, tight-knit deployed family. And
I got to ask you, because I know you have family members watching right back here in the States, what is your Christmas wish for those here at home?
Oh, just to enjoy it, just for them to have a good day with family and friends, and just make sure that we can all just be together during this time, regardless of where we're at, and taking care of each other.
Sergeant, one last thing I do want to ask you, though, before I let you go. We see so many instances where the different branches of service have talked about how they're having recruitment issues. Can you tell us what makes your service in the military so special and why you would encourage other young men and women to consider volunteering?
So for me, myself, I don't think I would be where I'm at today without the Air Force. Every opportunity that it's provided me through education, experiences, I've grown my family from the Air Force itself. Overall, it's just been probably the best decision I've ever made.
Master Sergeant Harold Porter, Merry Christmas. Thank you for your service. You get back home safely, and we can't wait to have you back here in the U.S.
Absolutely. Merry Christmas to you too, sir.
Absolutely. It's a book-to-movie adaptation centered on the serious themes of domestic violence and emotional abuse. But it's the behind-the-scenes drama and now legal saga that has dominated headlines this week. Actress Blake Lively is suing her It Ends With Us co-star and director Justin Baldoni for alleged sexual harassment and plotting a smear campaign against her. Since the suit's filing, Baldoni has been dropped by his talent agency. His podcast co-host has quit the show, and now he faces a separate lawsuit filed by his former publicist. Joining me now to help me break it all down is NewsNation senior story editor Paula Froelich. Paula, this has turned into a mess.
This is a huge mess, and it dropped as a really, really big piece of coal in Justin Baldoni's stocking for Christmas. So almost everyone in Hollywood has come out in support of Blake Lively, including, and this is a very long list, so I'm going to read it. We've got Gwyneth Paltrow, Colleen Hoover, who wrote the book, Paul Feig, a famous director, Amber Heard, Amy Schumer, Amber Tamblyn, America Ferrara, the This Is Us co-stars, Jenny Slate, as well as Brandon Sklenar. So it really seems like Justin has zero friends. He also got another lawsuit for Christmas from his former publicist. Her name is Stephanie Jones at Jonesworth PR. So what had happened was the younger publicist who worked for Stephanie is saying that she colluded with Melissa Nathan, the crisis PR woman, to steal him and his company, Wayfarer Studios, which produced This Is Us, away from her firm to have as their own client. And this is just It's exhaustive. This is probably Justin Baldone's worst Christmas ever. He probably never thought this was going to happen. And it's created a huge dialogue, Nick, of what is and isn't fair play when it comes to reputation and manipulating reputation. And, you know, it's very interesting. So Melissa Nathan was also Johnny Depp's crisis manager, publicist. And Amber Heard has now come out and said, yeah, I know exactly what Blake Lively is going through because she used the same tricks on me.
Paula, I've got less than a minute. You know how this goes. I got to ask you, with all these receipts, where do you see things going from here?
I see Blake and her husband Ryan moving on and having a great career. And I see Justin kind of going away for a little bit. A long bit, really. It's, you know, I think it's just so explosive and nobody really wants to work with him right now, unfortunately. So there you go. I hope he saved a lot of money.
And Paula, quickly, because Ryan even wrote a cryptic message also, because we haven't heard much from him. He's supporting his wife.
Nope. Yeah, he basically said it's been a rough time that he and his wife support this children's charity. And he said, you know, and he basically thanked the director of the video for the children's charity, saying, thank you for getting me out of bed in these rough days when I didn't feel like it.
Paula, thank you so much. NewsNation senior story editor Paula Froelich. Paula, I have to tell you this before I let you go. Among the many things I'm grateful for this year, I count you among them. I spoke to you when I lost my mom, and you were just right there, and I appreciate you. So Merry Christmas to you. And I'm just going to throw my little hat there, just so you know, I was thinking about you this Christmas.
Same, and I wish I could be there to give you a big old hug, Nick. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, my friend. All right, everyone, thank you so much. The Gatlinburg Fantasy of Lights Christmas Parade is next. Then I'll see you after for NewsNation Live at 10 a.m. Eastern. From all of us here at Morning in America, we thank you. Merry Christmas. We'll be back with the parade right after this break.
Hey everybody, my name is Specialist Bell, and I'm from Syracuse, New York, currently stationed in Camp Casey, and I wanted to wish you guys a Merry Christmas and a shout out to my husband, Spencer Lovett.
Bye-bye cough.
Later chest congestion. Hello, 12 hours of relief.
12 hours? Not coughing? Hashtag still not coughing?
Mucinex DM gives you 12 hours of relief from chest congestion and any type of cough, day or night. Mucinex DM. It's comeback season.
Every night it's the same thing. After dinner, you start soaking, scrubbing, and scraping your stovetop. It's a nightmare. Well, now you can wake up to a clean dream kitchen every day with Stove Guard, the slide-on stovetop protector that stops all the messes before they start. Sauces are rinsed and sayonara, gone in seconds. Sticky messes are no challenge for Stove Guard. Macaroni and cheese comes off in a breeze. Even baked on, caked on oils, boils, fats, and splats are no match for Stove Guard.
The fun part of cooking is the eating, not the cleaning up. The time that it takes to clean the stove, especially from oily products, is so long. Stove Guard is super easy to clean. You just rinse it, and there's literally nothing left to clean up on the stove.
Each Stove Guard is custom designed and precision cut to fit your stove model.
We cook a lot of spaghetti, but you know, the water could boil over and stain the stovetop, and then the tomato sauce that'll bubble up, and then you really gotta. Now, I just pick up the Stove Guard, take it to the sink, wash it off, and I'm done. I couldn't imagine an easier way to do it.
Stove Guard has thousands of 5-star reviews. It's ignited a revolution in kitchens, and it's so easy to order. Simply locate your model number behind the door or drawer of your stove and enter it into StoveGuard.com. And our US-based team will send you your custom-cut, perfect fit, beautiful Stove Guard. Don't settle for cheap imitations that are weak. Stove Guard Premium is 6 times thicker than the competition and stronger. Go to StoveGuard.com right now to order your custom-fit Stove Guard and get free shipping. And if you order now, we'll also send you the Grill Guard free. Now you can grill whatever you want without food falling through. And it stops your grill grates from getting that caked on mess. Just pay a separate processing fee. This is not available in stores. Go to StoveGuard.com right away or scan the QR code on your screen. Order now.
My moderate to severe Crohn's symptoms kept me out of the picture. Now I have Skyrizi.
I've got places
in the picture. Feel significant symptom relief at 4 weeks with Skyrizi, including less abdominal pain and fewer bowel movements. Skyrizi helped visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. And with Skyrizi, many were in remission at 12 weeks, at 1 year, and even at 2 years.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's.
Now's the time to take control of your Crohn's. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's disease.
There is so much more that's about to happen.
That's not just media hype. The mighty News Nation has assembled a strong team to help take us through.
News Nation, news for all Americans.
Tis the season for family memories in Gatlinburg.
Each year, millions of visitors flock to Gatlinburg, Tennessee, drawn to its breathtaking natural beauty and endless adventure. With more than 50 unique attractions, 300 shops, 100 restaurants, and a vibrant Great Smoky Arts and Crafts community, there's truly something for everyone. Gatlinburg's popularity continues to soar. It's been recognized this year by Sports Illustrated Adventure as one of the 5 places in Tennessee that are a must-visit vacation destination. Travel and Leisure named Gatlinburg one of the 10 best mountain towns in the South. And this fall, Gatlinburg earned USA Today's 10 Best recognition as the best place